Hello, my name is Kirioth, and today we are going to have a little chat about another rumour. What a bunch of you sent me. Now, again, this is one of those things whereby I don't really know if this counts as a rumour. I don't know if this has any sort of actual rumour status to it at all. But the thing is, we've now reached a point where there are a few websites that quite often make statements, comments, predictions, shall we say, as to what we might see from the future. And these can range from actual things that are truly unbelievable and would be, I believe the phrase is big if true, like White Scars getting their own codex, for instance. That's one. Or they are things that are so completely obvious that you can't even really make a video saying that that's highly unlikely, because it's not highly unlikely. Things like there being more Primaris characters on the way, because that's somehow news to people that there might be more Primaris characters on the most favoured faction that Games Workshop has had in quite a long time, a essentially soft reboot of Space Marines as a whole, receiving more characters. That's a rumour, apparently. Not that I'm still annoyed by that or anything, but Jesus Christ. So, this falls into, I would say, the yes, obviously category. And this is the rumour that we are going to get a new Space Marine board game on the way. Now, I will say that once again, the sources for this are exactly as helpful as they usually are from these sites that you guys keep sending me to. At this point, I am 99% sure that you just send me this so that you can get me to rant about it, and not because you actually think this is going to happen, or indeed think that it needs any clarification at all in this case. But it is, as always, an industry insider comment, because that's not horrendously vague at all, and it is simply that there is going to be a new Space Marine board game on the way, and it will be a chapter of Dawn, and they will be the host of the next big game from Games Workshop. Now, what is the likelihood of there being a new Space Marine board game? Incredibly likely. At all times, it is not a case of if, it's quite clearly a case of when. Space Marines are still the poster boys of Warhammer 40,000. We now have an entire range of Primaris Space Marines, which are slowly taking over from the old classic lads. The chances that we don't get some form of game, boxed, board, whatever, featuring more Space Marines are approximately zero. Really, all it comes down to is timing. This is the only metric by which we can, I think at this point, judge a lot of the rumours that we see. There's a notable decline in actual rumours, and there has been for quite some time. Time-wise, who knows? Who has any idea? No one does. There is no clue. There is no more information given. There is absolutely nothing to do with timescale. Is it going to be next week? Is it going to be next year? We don't know. Either way, there's no hint of that whatsoever. All we know is some sort of board game led by Space Marines, and it's going to be a chapter of Dawn. So whether that's Imperial Fists or Crimson Fists, or whether it's Black Templars, again, no idea. That's all we have. At its very bare bones kind of nature, there is very little chance that this is not true. Because why would there not be some sort of boxed or board game in development featuring Space Marines? Once again, they are the actual poster boys for Warhammer 40k. They are the driving force behind the popularity of 40k. They are the things that Games Workshop puts front and centre over and over again in 40k. 40k means Space Marines, and Space Marines means 40k. So the chances of them not using them in some sort of game of some sort of type in the next however many days, weeks, months, years is approximately zero in every respect across the board. Now, whether it means something like Warhammer Adventures or something, not Adventures, what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the one that was Space Marine Adventures. Was that it? Space Marine Assault. The one that had like the green box, and there was a yellow one, a red one, a blue one. I realised they had chapters, but I'm talking the actual models were different colours, as in different coloured plastics. I can't remember what that one was called. But there could be something very similar to that. It could be some sort of expansion to Blackstone Fortress where we see a bunch of Space Marines show up and start going through it. There is all manner of stuff that this could well be. But we don't know what. We have absolutely no idea because it's just a Space Marine board game to do with Sons of Dawn of some description. And that's it. So in terms of interesting tidbits, interesting information, things to make you go, oh, I give this rumour a solid 2 out of 10 because it's just a Space Marine board game, which is obviously going to happen at some point in the future. We weren't even told when it was going to. In terms of likelihood, in terms of will this come to pass at some point in the future, is this going to be a thing that may happen sometime in the foreseeable? Well, that's clearly a 10 out of 10 because why would there not be? There is no compelling reason for there not to be some sort of Space Marine board game on the way in some format or another. Whether it's an expansion to an existing game, whether it's a brand new game, whether it's a reimagining of an old game, it could be any or all of those things simultaneously because there could be multiples of this kind of thing going on because it's incredibly likely no matter which one of those it is that it is in fact true. So, in terms of, actual interesting substance, 3 out of 10. In terms of likelihood, 10 out of 10. I rate this very, very likely. Almost guaranteed, in fact, at some point. But the thing is, I say at some point because we don't know what that point is. We don't know how long it is, whether it's going to be tomorrow or whether it's going to be in a decade's time. And so that gives me a fantastic, fabulous amount of leeway to say, yeah, I'm pretty sure this will be a thing. So there you go. That is the rumour for the day that, honestly, the number of DMs I got today, that was just like, have you seen this? What do you think? That's what I think. Now, you might think that that's coming across very, very, dismissive, but honestly, there's not a lot to go on. There's genuinely not a lot to go on, and the very basis of this is it's so unlikely to be wrong that I don't know what else to say, to be honest. I feel like there are some things where, regardless of the source, it's probably going to happen. I mean, the Primaris characters rumour was dumb because it's just blatantly going to be true. It's not a rumour, it's a known thing. Just because Games Workshop hasn't announced it specifically doesn't mean that we don't all know it's going to happen, And to be honest, this falls under a similar category. It's like a Space Marine board game. Well, yeah, probably. Almost 100%, in fact. I think it's fair to say the chances of that are damn near astronomical, if not actually guaranteed, because Games Workshop is churning out a bunch of box games and board games, and Space Marines are the most popular faction. They're the ones that used to advertise the game, so why would they not do that? That's it, really. So, there you go. That is the rumour of the day. We're not going to do one every day, because there isn't a rumour every day. I mean, I could make shit up, but that would be... I did it again, I swore. It's fine. It's fine, they won't notice. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think of that rumour in the comments down below. I'm assuming most of the comments will be, yes, water is wet. Oh, the sky is blue. I had no idea. Feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like. Don't click it if you don't want to. And as always, there is an affiliate link in the description for Element Games. If you click that, you can buy stuff for 40k cheaper, or any other tabletop thing ever, because they have all of it. And I get a little something for sending you that way, and you were going to buy it anyway. So you can do if you want to. It's entirely up to you. I leave it in your capable, intelligent, beautiful hands, and I will see you for the next one. Toodaloo.